get it in. Success and the weak. Are they the same? Are they different? Are they enemies? Are they former lovers? What does this mean? What does this title mean? Are we talking about physically, mentally, spiritually, all of the above? Where are we going? Where are you going with this, Nick? Where are you going with this? Well, I would definitely say that I don't mean physically as far as the weak are concerned, and I don't mean actually a group of people per se when I say the weak as well. What I mean is that with success, successful people have a mindset, and then there are people that are weak-minded who allow themselves to be told a false story again and again, therefore shaping their beliefs away from and shaping their actions and activities away from that which can actually happen from them. What's amazing is that I've gone through life and I've met so many people who were literally one step away from making something happen. Maybe a promising basketball player who just needed to stick it out one more season so that he can fulfill his dreams of being a collegiate star or an NBA star, or that singer who just needed, or the rapper, or just music, entertainer, period, because I even know a country singer as well, but just that music entertainer who just needed one more hit, who needed one more show, one more audience to sing in front of, to perform in front of, before they were discovered by someone that can open the door of the music industry to them, and they can, they can now live the best life that found them. Okay, just like we talk about in all of our videos. As you find your gift, your best life will find you, because it's always moving, but you just have to now align yourself with your gift so that you can move in the right direction towards it. Because it'll pass you by without even noticing. You'll feel like you should be doing something else as you're doing what you're doing now, and you're like, man, I should be somewhere else in life. That's your gift passing you by, because at that moment you should be doing that thing, and you should be really doing that thing to help the world grow and move to the beat of your drum, so to speak. So that's what we're going to talk about here today, is how the success and the weak culminate and actually get together in this world, and just kind of ask ourselves, not so much as who are we, but how do we eliminate one mindset, and how do we activate the other permanently for the rest of our lives. Okay, so let's get started with it. First mindset is it's an oxymoron. First thing you have to understand is that the success and the weak are not one and the same. They aren't even the same person. Even though the same individual, the same human being, may have gone in different stages of their life to go from where they are to where they are, to where they were, to where they are, to where they want to be. That individual had to metaphorically kill himself in order to make room for the next level individual of himself that was ready to move forward. It's amazing if you can talk to anyone who, just like me, have gained a level of success, and you would ask them about 10 and 15 years ago about certain events, and they're like, man, it's so hard. I can remember it broadly, what happened, but I can't remember it specifically. And the reason being is because, and studies show, is that our brain chemistry changes as our emotions change and as our activities change that our emotions are connected to, and therefore also our thoughts. That also changes with the emotional and the chemistry, that help our brains to generate emotions that connect to our thoughts and our actions. That's why it's like thinking about something that you did 10 to 15 years ago in a different mindset. That's what they mean. You can't really recall it verbatim. Some things you can because those were good moments, those were better moments, because there were strong emotions to that. But then, as you think back on certain actions or activities or moments that probably weren't your best self at work, it becomes a selective memory. It becomes a very selective memory, and that's a good thing because you have to understand that you have a past to remember where you came from, but it doesn't have to become your reality now if you don't bring it into if you don't give it emotional energy to hold on to. Forget about it, move on, move forward, and be better from it. All right? And that's where it comes to say you're an oxymoron of your former self. Who you are now isn't who you were back then. Those two people don't even exist. When it literally comes to the question, when people say, if your 34-year-old self can talk to your 20-year-old self, what would you tell them? And you really would tell a 20-year-old something that you as a 34-year-old know right now. You see their life, you see where they're headed, you can anticipate what's going to happen, and you're like, man, don't do it. Go this route. Choose this person. Just don't do it. Here's what's going to happen. And I promise you it will. But some people are rebellious-minded, and they just have to find out anyway for themselves. But you did your part, because they will come back to you and say, teach me what you know, because I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to have that mistake again. And we all have a mentor, so to speak, that we run to for that wisdom when we find out the hard way, that fat meat is greasy, as they say. So we come to grow from our mistakes, and therefore we come to become a different version of ourselves almost overnight and instantly. Okay? Next step here is change of mindset. Just like I just said, as you change your mindset, the shift of the possibilities and opportunities in your life then become different. They become evident. They become more dynamic. They become more actionable, which means they become more believable now. So now your brain and your body and your spirit, your emotions, everything aligns in balance to see that what you're aiming for is possible. But the trick to that is you don't want to limit yourself to just one goal, because by the time you get there to achieve it, you now are in a twilight zone of complacency. So you find yourself saying, what do I do now? The moment that you figure out how to do something, you have a responsibility to think of a different goal beyond that. Keep growing, keep aiming. Keep growing to the point where you get so far outside of your life to where you literally have to give your last breath to even get a portion of achievement. And that's what life is about, leaving a legacy for others to continue and also for others to be better from as well. That's what it's all about. So learn that too. You're not going to hear it from many places, I guarantee it. Next step, change your story. Change what you tell yourself. It's amazing that we ask ourselves, why, God, why? Why does this have to happen to me? Why can't I get a break? Why can't I just move in a big house, no bills, no drama? Why? Why do I have to keep going through this? It's because of your questions, it's because of your attitude, it's because of your emotions. That what you say to yourself becomes reality. Words are actions. And understand from the metaphysical of things that we also have a fourth voice, a fourth dimension in our heads, a third eye, a second mouth, third and fourth ears in our heads, a whole different being within us that hears and talks and responds and sees everything that we do. So it helps to align what's internal with the external. The shell of who you are that people see every day, and the individual from inside that is one with himself. That's what you're aiming for. That's what you're moving towards. Because the one from inside knows who they are. They know what their gift is. And that's your job, is to meditate, see your thoughts through a different lens, see your goals through a different lens of spectating and observing, and then figure out how do you participate in that which you desire the most. And then within that path and that journey, you'll come across this path within the path that will bring you from to inside, kind of the out-of-body experience, as they will call it, and you'll recognize your gift, and you'll just hear something in your head, a voice, a ting, a sound, a ding. You just hear something like the gates are opening. You hear it, and you just tell yourself, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I have found what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I have found it. And it's a beautiful thing. The beautiful part is that you can recognize it now or later when you show the universe that you're ready, when you show your inner chi, your inner metaphysical, your inner spirit, that you're ready to be one with it. And that takes life's balance, work, play, relationships, dreams, goals, prioritizing, all of these things, determination, focus. You gotta have a balance of everything so that you can find yourself, instead of shaking all over the place and going here, going there, you just have a very linear path towards that which needs to be accomplished. Nothing else matters until this is taken care of. That's what it means to become one with yourself. That's what it means to go from the inside out. Because who you are inside is who you need to be. But you gotta learn the path that it takes to become that person. And when that person's ready to be discovered externally, they'll show themselves. But you gotta show them because they're connected to the universe. And you gotta show them and it when you're ready. Okay. Next step here is, I know I got very, very deep with you guys on there, but as you can see in me, I've lived this. I'm living this every day. This is my passion. This is my goal, my dream for you to see what I see within myself, to see within yourself, and be more for it. Be better from it. Make the world better, man. Find that next kid or that next adult that you can teach this to, and learn from what you teach others. That's how you learn better, is by already having an expertship of mindset that I already get it, so I'm going to teach it. It actually holds you accountable. It makes you an authority, which gives you a higher level of sense of who you already are, and it just brings you more into alignment of a person from the inside out. So, you're going to see moments like that throughout my videos, and those are the moments you really need to grasp and rewind and look into again and again. Guarantee it. Next step, change your habits. Okay? You change your habits, you change your actions, you change your actions, you change your future. It's that simple. That's how we are able to keep control of that which we desire the most. That's how we're able to keep control of our lives, because we then change what needs to be changed in order to achieve that which needs to be achieved. If I know that I want to become a manager of a company, and I want to make $100,000 a year at said company as that manager, if that position requires me to have a degree, and I'm maybe 2 years away from having that degree, then I'm going to change my actions and say, hey, how do I get a degree that can match up with the requirements of that? Okay, how do I gain more experience in that field to become said manager? That management position may not be the management position that's looking for you when you get 2 to 3 extra years of experience. It may be that management position over yonder that's been waiting on you to grow. Okay, so change your habits, change your actions, and therefore you'll change your future, and everything will just become sweet. The air have a different taste. Water tastes more pure. If you're a man, women will look finer. If you're a woman, men will look more desirable to you. You know, you'll get the attention as well because people respond to positivity. Even if they don't exude it out as much, those people still respond to positivity and happiness in a person. They want to experience it one way or another. Okay? That's because we all are God's creatures. She created us in her own image. And we therefore are happiness. We are God. We are the energy. We are the universe. We are the matter that exists all around us. Once you accept that, then you start to really flow through life in a very transparent type mode. People start to see you as, oh, so you're that guy now. Okay? And you now, without even trying, you train people how to treat you. You train them how to see you. So therefore, you now have their attention to train them to be better than what they already are. Okay? And the last step here is to expect the shift from within. We've already jumped on it heavily with changing your story, but it's just all about aligning yourself with the inner part of yourself and gaining access to the other dimension of yourself, which already exists with you everywhere you go. You just have to think deeper. You have to believe more, and you have to want differently than where you already are at, so that you can have access to those activities and to those experiences that will get you closer to who you are, who you truly are, so that you can live out that gift, so that you can teach the world to be better than what it already is, and leave it better than when it was when you came into it. Okay? This is Nick Billions signing off again for another great video presented to you by Mills Life and Business Consulting. And as always, I want to tell you to hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications button, thumbs up, thumbs down. You know how we do. We're doing videos every day. We upload them weekly and daily as well. And until the next time, remember, find your gift and your best life will find you. Nick Billions signing off. I'll talk to you soon.